You are looking live at Belle Isle on the border between Canada and the United States, home of one of the stops for the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Series for years and years now. Located in the Detroit River, connected to Detroit, you'll see some beautiful views today of downtown Detroit as well as Windsor on the other side of the river. As you see Douglas Corey under the Chevrolet Bridge working through the back section of the course. Big wind today here, 20 kilometers an hour, 24 degrees as you see the track, 3.76 kilometers, which works out to 2.35 miles, 176 meters above sea level. A little humidity in the air, but a clear day through the Belle Isle Park. It was one of the areas originally settled in Detroit. And back in 1992, the speedway here was developed. The racetrack plays home to an IndyCar race, an IMSA race every year. You see Douglas Corey out of Florida. You see Jaquez at the top of the board as qualifying wraps up here. Event number 4, LATAM GP Tour. Luis Grillon, the early season point leader, had problems last week. There you see Fernando Jaquez on the pole. Him and Espinoza have been putting on a clinic the last few weeks. Joaquin Mello, a winner early on, and our early point leader. He had some problems last week at Road Atlanta, and it really cost him. Steve Liberetto goes 7th. Jose Puig in 6th. And it's going to be interesting to see what the car choices came out to here tonight. A big, huge update this week in iRacing. And a lot of guys not too impressed with what the Ferraris do now. We'll see just how many cars here have switched over. It sounds like the hot car to be in, possibly a BMW, but you see at the head of the pack a couple of prancing horses. So we'll see what Grillon could do. Domenico Massi, he'll roll 12th. He's a privateer. He was the amateur winner last week as the countdown working towards 0. Puyo, he's had some charges through the field. Has put together some top 10 finishes. It'll be interesting to see how he can do tonight now that he's starting a little further up. Want to see how Joaquin Mello responds after dropping from 1st to 4th in points as the field just getting set to roll, and now they are rolling. Penske Racing, 5 IndyCar wins here at Belle Isle. Helio Castro Neves, Spider-Man, and Scott Dixon, 3 wins each as they lead the all-time IndyCar Series winner list here at Belle Isle. Pace car getting set to duck off, and Jaquez gets a good start as they quickly work their way down into 1. Everybody seems to get through this little right-left chicane A-OK. There's Espinoza in the SRTE Sport Racing team, now taking a peek to the outside of Jaquez. We have seen these two do battle for a number of weeks, including a finish that was decided by mere feet a few weeks ago at Sebring. And it looks like Jaquez, your pole sitter in the Ferrari, is going to hold serve. Espinoza goes 2nd, Malagon in 3rd, Mello sits 4th, and Otegwe in 5th. You want to talk about the numbers on Gonzalo Otegwe. 3 consecutive fourth place finishes at the season opener at Daytona, at Sebring, and then last week at Road Atlanta. Our winter series for LATAM GP, as you see the front of the field work their GT3s through the carousel. And now back into 11, 12, and 13. See, they work under the Motor City Bridge. There's pit to the right. Somebody already. Looks like Rodriguez going to the pits. Not sure the problem on that car. Oliver Rodriguez going pit side. As you see, Massey racing for the lead in the amateur division. Looks like Grillon's got ahead of him. So Massey, your GT3 winner last week, trying to back it up and go back to back. One guy who's got some work to do. We've seen him post a couple top 5 finishes the last few weeks. Marvin Brown in his Porsche, he's struggling in a battle deep in the field, just a few spots behind Massey, in fact. There you see Puyo in the Virtual Racing Peru entry, number 03, working through the right-hander. Somebody got loose there. And Puyo will pick up a spot over Russ Cohen. So Puyo picks up a position in the McLaren. And that could be a story here tonight as well with this new update. It looks like this new update's brought that McLaren to life as well. Now down into turn 1. Or sorry, into turn 3, excuse me. We got one off, couple off in the tires. And looks like we've got a replay of that one. We'll go to the LATAM GP Sim Racing Esport replay booth. And you can see, oh, there's a block. And looks like Puig, after getting blocked, just dumped Otegwe. And that just hurt 3 of our top competitors. Jaquez out front. There's Puyo. There's Mello. So Mello was okay. One of the SART South American Racing Team. There's Juan Salazar, the Florida Flash. And he's, if you know anybody in Las Vegas who's got a sim that they can loan Juan Salazar for next Thursday night, get a hold of the series. If you know anybody who's got a sim rental business in the Vegas area, give the series a shout. Salazar's going to be out there on a business trip next week. He was telling me earlier tonight, doesn't want to miss the race, but he's trying to locate a sim in the Vegas area so he can take on Road America next weekend. Here's Puyo trailing Massey as they work their way into the hard corner 7, up a little bit of an embankment, little hill, now down through a dip, and then this is just a mix of throttle, brake. Oh, took a look to the inside. Puyo getting aggressive here with Massey. as Puyo, one of the drivers, switched over to a McLaren. So that's one thing we have seen here this evening. A number of drivers, for the first time in a while, going to the McLaren machine. Maybe it's the hot ticket. We'll see. So far, a couple Porsches out front. There's Salazar. He's sticking with the Ferrari and chasing Peterson right now. Dale Peterson up 3 spots from his starting position. Brian Hoskins, the big mover and shaker, up from 30th to 24th. And Luis Grillon started 11th, now up into 6th. He's a couple spots ahead of Salazar. You can see that Porsche just 2 spots ahead. Peterson, Salazar, and Grillon in this 3-car snake down the backstretch. Now under the Chevrolet bridge into the hard right-hand corner, up over that little rise, a hard left, swing it out to the wall, and then again through the a lot of different taps of the gas and the brake through the carousel before the right-hand corner that leads on to the final 3 corners to the start-finish line. There's Espinosa in the 07 machine, still chasing Fernando Jaquez in the Red Bull Ferrari. A couple Ferraris showing the way. McLarens are on 3rd and 4th, a Ferrari in 5th. Then it's a Porsche. A lot of Ferraris here this evening. We had heard rumor the BMW was going to be the hot ticket. But so far, the first Beamer all the way down in 16th spot. Maybe it's the short, choppy straightaways here, given the Ferraris and the McLarens a little bit of an edge here tonight, or at least definitely by choice. There's Fabian Ponce in the 113 machine, the Knoxville Racing entry. Him in the Porsche as he chases Jeffrey Murillo. Murillo's up 4 spots. There's Pedro Rojas. Rojas sits 18th right now. And you're looking out at the front of Rojas's machine as he goes to work on Murillo. This is all going on just behind that Ponce Gonthier Brown battle. And some good shuffle in here in GT3. We're 9. Whoa, somebody in the fence there, I believe. The BMW at the head of the pack. That would be Fabian Ponce. And I believe he just had a little belt with the concrete. Yeah, you can see he is struggling. He's going pit side, and his chance at victory tonight is done. He was running P4 in the amateur division. Again, the division split this year. Everybody in GT3, and a great field here tonight. It's like 33 entries on the books. A great field, split into a pro division and amateur division. The cutoff was I rating, official I rating, at the start of the campaign. And Luis Grillon, who was our point leader after 2 races, suffered a DNF last week, was luckily able to come back here tonight and sit 6th, following Steve Libretto. Here's Jeffrey Murillo in the 118. Oh, and a couple around. Murillo and Rojas. And they're trying to figure out how to get going without backing right into traffic. Oh, and that's Ben. He's going to try to get turned around, but I don't think it's going to steer well. Murillo in the Fusion Hispania 118 Ferrari machine. We'll see if he can get back to pit road. There's Donnie Hot Rod, sporting a little Canuckian flag on the top. He's got the LATAM GP livery. Good view of the back of that BMW as he's running with David Sharp right now. York and Sharp matched up in a good battle. Here's Rojas. And whoa! Wow. Wow. Not much to say about that one. Rojas got in there about 4 car lengths too deep. As we move back to Juan Salazar in 8th spot. Hey, how about this battle? Grillian Peterson and Salazar. Salazar, the Florida Flash, former series champ, multi-time feature winner. Guy can wheel anything, BMW, Ferrari, dump truck, wheelbarrow, doesn't matter. And right now, trying to get it done, chasing down Dale Peterson. And it looks like good view from Peterson's car, the Canadian in the 15 machine. Right on the back bumper of the lead car in the amateur division, Luis Grillion. As they work through that tight right-hander. And now on to the final 3 sections of the course, or 3 corners of the course. 13:25 down. 45 minutes makes up today's event. We do have pit stops coming, and that once again could be, as per usual, the story of the night. There's Grillion, your amateur leader. He's gone with the Porsche tonight. He's run this before, also the BMW in the past. There's Peterson now. He's got a run on Grillion, not close enough to do anything with him. He'll tuck back in line through turn 3. And now swing through turn 4. And then it's now back hard to the left into 5. You're riding with Dale Peterson, 7th overall. 6th in the Pro Division. Grillion, the car you're looking at out front, the 104 machine, is your 6th place car and the leader in amateur. Still riding with Peterson through the carousel. Got a 4-car battle heating up back about 10th on the back. Domenico Massi is that 2nd place car in amateur. 10th overall, your winner last week. There he is in the Ferrari. And he leads this train, which consists of himself, Fernando Torres, Puyo, and Santiago just fading a bit from these guys. Well, Puyo right still in the mix, a 2nd back of Torres, but Domenico Massi, the New York driver, looking good in that Ferrari, but he has got company. Torres, one of your pros, trying to figure out a way by Massi. And again, you can take a bridge right out to the Belle Isle. If you're ever in the Detroit area, it's a beautiful park setting most of the time, but again, a couple weekends a year, it comes to life. And tonight, the virtual version has come to life. How about this? Torres now going after Massey again. Tried him at the end of the straightaway, hard braking under the Chevrolet bridge. Again, through the carousel. Now McLaren, oh, he almost got into the back of him. Puyo is now getting excited. And how about this? Up front, Espinosa still chasing down Fernando Jaquez, and now your leader in some lap traffic. It looks like Fabian Ponce, who they've come across again. He had a unfortunate bout with the wall earlier this evening. Closing it on 17 minutes now down. Ponce will move to the side. Let these leaders through. Again, the last few weeks we've seen these two gentlemen run 1-2. And it's happening again tonight. It was Sebring 2 weeks ago. Jaquez able to use some pit strategy to get the lead from Espinosa. And Espinosa hounded him for the final number of laps. Ended up pulling beside him off of Sunset. And they were side by side at the line. Jaquez getting the win by a blink of an eye. Espinosa 2 points up on Jaquez in the point standings. And it looks like some damage on Espinosa's car. And yes, he has fallen off the pace. You can see some damage down the left side of that car. I'm not sure if that was there before. I think it was new. Let's see if we got a replay of that. And it's, yeah, it sounds like he got into a wall. And there's, it's a concrete canyon, this place. There is, you misstep, you can destroy a race car in a hurry. The concrete, very unforgiving. It's like Bathurst without the mountain. And Puyo still trying to figure out a way around Fernando Torres. They're fast laps within 0.2 of a second of each other, so they are a pretty close match on speed. Luis Groyan up 5 spots. David Sharp put a call out to one of the left turn only motorsports lads. Had a good run up 6 spots into 16th here tonight. It's good enough for 4th and amateur. And Lucio Vargas up 12 spots tonight. Started 29th up to 17th, so that's a pretty good run here so far for him. Here's Puyo. He's been looking at the rear bumper of that Porsche for quite some time now. And it looks like Massey's able to open up just a bit of a lead. Almost a second on these two, but as we say that, it shrinks again. This is a great duel here. Oh, and there's a run. And Puyo able to get by Torres. I believe Torres just felt the pressure and decided to let Puyo go and see what he can do with Domenico Massey. Didn't see any contact with the wall. I believe he did. There's the pass. And I don't know. I think he just let him by there. Looked like, hey, but there's sometimes you got to race the track and not the other cars. So we'll see if this pans out a little later on this evening. For Torres, now it's Puyo. And as you can see, he might have made the right call. Puyo As far as best laps go, about 4/10 of a second quicker than Torres, and pretty much on pace with Massey. So I think that's a good battle you're going to see here. And we got a change for third. Mello has found his way by Juan Malagan. So Mello now up to P3. Your fastest lap of the night, and the only one in the 127s, Fernando Jaquez. And all of a sudden, Malagan has lost some distance to Mello. Malagan sits fourth. So Mello was our winner at Daytona. Third place at event number 2 at Sebring. And then had a turn 1 incident that led to a DNF last week at Road Atlanta. He was the point leader heading into Road Atlanta. Now he sits fourth and trying to make up ground. But the problem is the first and second place drivers in the point standings, both in front of him right now. So Mello's got some work to do. We'll see if he can get it done. A little under 5 seconds behind your leader in the South America Racing Team. Back up front, Espinoza, 0.6 of a second. Out back of Fernando Jaquez, just keeping that Red Bull Ferrari in sight. Jaquez in the 02 machine. And Espinoza in the 07. Working their way now into the carousel. Oh, got some action. And it looks like Otegwe. Oh, David Sharp's got a spot. And we'll get the replay of that one. There's Otegwe. That's the pass on David Sharp there for position. There's David Sharp in the Ferrari. Dave just started go-kart racing a few years ago in Missouri. He's been trying his hand at the real thing, doing some karting. You see Puyo, he really attacks that last right-hander. There's a couple times he's almost made contact with the car in front of him. And it seems like everybody else swinging that car out to the left a little bit more. We'll keep our eye on this battle as Peterson's got around Malagan. Looks like Malagan's gone to pit road. So first of our drivers on pit road, Puyo. Now chasing down Massey. They'll both get bumped up a couple spots, or a spot each on the running order. Now 8th and 9th. Again, Massey, your second place car in amateur. 8th overall, Puyo runs 9th in the McLaren. The big McLaren resurgence here this evening. As keep watching Puyo, Juan Carlo Puyo in the 03. So we hit the 20 minutes to go mark. Pit road should be a busy place soon. As these cars start to run low on fuel. And it looks like there's some damage to that Massey car. That wing's a little off kilter. And you see right there, he keeps trying. Oh, he got him this time. Puyo. And maybe that's why Torres let him go. Right there. And Massey's car. Oh, and he wrecked somebody else behind him. And wait, he's not done. Puyo took out Santiago. There's Salazar in the Ferrari. And looks like we're going to get a replay of the whole incident, start to finish. Grab your popcorn. Puyo, we've seen him try to stuff it down here on the right before, and he just flat out dumped Domenico Massi, gets going, and then Santiago to his outside. I mean, you got to keep the thing on the bottom, man. Like, it's probably broken. Well, yeah, it's broken at that point. Yikes. So this night turns bad for Puyo. He could have turned himself into the Mr. Excitement of LATAM GP racing right now. There's Espinoza. I can't tell if this is live or a replay. This is the way it's been since the drop of the green flag. The Ferrari's in lockstep. And you see the left side of that Espinoza car pancaked. It has met the concrete a few times. And now you see 3 lap cars. These guys are blistering. Again, Jaquez, the only one under a 128, and we've only got 4 of them. Other than that, maybe 5 who have turned 128. So heavy lap traffic. This is a short course, only 2.35 miles. Less than 4 kilometers. So in heavy traffic, and there's nowhere to hide. So a comfortable 8 seconds back to Mello as Jaquez comes up on some lap traffic. And they will get out of the way and let the leaders through. And Mello able to pick up a little bit of time, but since he got 3rd spot, has not really made up anything on these leaders. Juan Salazar, he has made his service, but 9.93 seconds. Well, it is a short track. It is a lot of off-throttle time. Will it be enough for the Florida Flash to get to the end? Now we've got wholesale pit stops. All your leaders coming. As you see Brian Hoskins, Jaquez, Espinoza, Mello. Sorry, a little early. We'll see. Well, we'll see if they are. Nope, not yet. Sorry, I thought we had pit stops underway, but not yet. There's Jaquez and Espinoza. Got to be coming soon for your leaders. The question is Espinoza quicker? Does he make that stop a lap or 2 earlier and try the undercut? If I were Fernando Jaquez right now, I would run this thing dry and then make the move to pit road, especially with all this clear track in front of him. No lap traffic in the immediate future. So Fernando Jaquez, your leader. In the Sabeo Racing Team number 02. There's the view out back. A little more comfortable now. He shuffled Espinoza off the back wing. And I'm sure Espinoza just riding and being patient. And here's the view from Andres Espinoza's 07 machine into the carousel. Yes. He is sizing up Fernando Jaquez to figure out where he can make the move. Only a couple real good spots here at the Belle Isle Speedway. And this could be one of them if you can get a good run here down the front stretch. You can make the pass down into turn 1. And again, after the S's here, you'll see another long straightaway before a right-hander turn 3. You see number of passes made down in this area. We also saw that contact earlier. In that 3-car wreck down into 3. And now they work through 4 and 5 and 6 and down the back straightaway towards 7. Jacquet still your leader, with Espinosa now half a second back. And so far, the only car on the lead lap who has pitted is Salazar. 13 cars remain on the lead lap. Of course, this battle for the lead, which you're still watching. Then you've got Queen Mello in 3rd, Steve Libretto in 4th, Luis Gurriel 5th, first overall in amateur. Russ Cohen sits 6th, Dale Peterson 7th, Torres 8th, and here we got some pit stop action. Espinosa made up a car length. And who is going to get out first? Whose crew is going to respond? And we're going to watch this battle on pit road. Who takes the smallest amount of fuel? Jacquez gets out in plenty of time. 1.3 seconds less. So Jacquez not quite as quick the total way down pit road as far as the driving portion, but he made it up on the stop, 9.7 seconds for fuel, while Espinosa was 11.8 seconds. So it'll turn the lead over to Joaquin Mello. Mello again came in 4th in points. Looks like Steve Libretto's already made his stop. Dale Peterson, 14.08, so Peterson took a lot. Malagon, 41-second stop. I believe he might have changed tires. So we'll see. That would pretty much make sense. Long stop as well. Now David Sharp making his stop as you continue to watch this battle out front. 34 minutes and 22 seconds into this one. 45 minutes to distance. So closing in on the 10-minute to go mark for Fernando Jacquez. And he has opened up a pretty healthy lead, or a pretty healthy advantage on Espinosa in what should be the lead by the time the pit stop cycle through. Again, Jacquez is 2 points short of Espinosa in the point standings coming into the night. Now Jacquez racing Luis Gurriel. This is for position, but Gurriel still has not pitted yet. Again, Mello, your winner at Daytona. Jacquez, who you're riding with right now, your winner at Sebring by a hair. And then third race last week at Road Atlanta was Espinosa returning the favor and besting Fernando Jacquez. And Gurriel definitely holding Jacquez up. But Gurriel's fastest lap, a little over a second slower than Jacquez, but Fernando unable to find a way by his teammate. So we'll see when Grillon makes his pit stop. It's got to be soon. 9 minutes left to go. But no, Grillon's going to do another lap. And this has allowed Espinosa to close up on Fernando Jaquez. So the pit stop strategy, which gained him a second and a little bit of breathing room, has now gone afoil. And we've got a slow Porsche right in the way. Oh my. Things are about to get interesting. Porsche is too wide. It's a lapper on the outside. I believe that was Santos. And now another one limping. That's a Ferrari. As back up with Jaquez, that had to be a scary moment for sure. And it looks like it's Craig Arucci. That was that Ferrari with heavy damage as he tries to limp his way back to the pits. Again, Joaquin Mello, your leader, but he still has yet to visit pit road. I don't think there's any way you can do it without stopping. Not at any acceptable speed for sure. Laps around this place under a minute and a half. There's Grillon, who's still got Jaquez behind him, and Espinosa so far unable to keep pace. He had closed up, but while they were working through that traffic, looks like he lost some distance. Grillon Jaquez through the right-hander now. And back out through 5 and now 6 and down the backstretch towards the Chevrolet Bridge. In this racetrack, scanned a number of years ago, beautiful views across the Detroit River, Windsor and downtown Detroit. You can catch it at the right spot. You can see the Renaissance building. As you watch the race for second, third, and fourth, you're on board with Luis Grillon. He was your point leader after event number 2. I'm not sure where they shook out after event number 3. He did DNF, but he did have a pretty comfortable lead in the points heading into round 3. And one of the drivers he was racing, Pedro Rojas, suffered some early damage here tonight. So safe to assume that Grillon should still remain the point leader or be back up top in the point lead. Jaquez now working the lights on Grillon. And he's going to get around, but how about this? Espinosa unable to. Looked like some contact there. Possibly. And Jaquez able to get out to a 1.7 second lead on Espinosa. Still waiting for Mello to make his pit stop. He's working through the carousel right now. And there's Malagon back in 11th. As we reach the 5 minute to go mark, and we still have not seen Mello pit. There he goes. So your leader on the pit road. You ride with Luis Vargas. And we watch scoring to see when Jaquez comes flying through. There's Vargas down the front stretch. Now hard into turn 1. It is a scramble. A couple McLarens up front of him. Look out. Here comes Vargas to the outside of Malagon and Otegui. Oh my. Otegui now throws the block. A big block on Malagon. There's Malagon in the Ferrari now going to try to get a run on Otegui down the backstretch. Vargas in the mix here as well. Now he's got the run. He's to the left of Otegwe. He'll poke his nose ahead, but Otegwe is going to drive it in even deeper, and he sailed it in and turned him. Malagon got turned by Otegwe, and the winner out of that deal is Vargas. Lucio Vargas now easily rolls up in the 10th spot. We're going to get a replay. So, first of all, Ortega got outrun into the corner. Secondly, Malagon threw a block at him kind of late going in the corner. But after the block Otegwe threw about a third of a mile, maybe half a mile before that, I could see why Otegwe got blocked right there. Malagon keeps rolling. Back to 14th now. They were running 10th, 11th, and 12th. Malagon was running 11th, Otegwe in 10th. As you see Malagon. There's Salazar, the Florida Flash, chasing down Luis Grullon. Grullon leads the amateur division. Salazar in that black Ferrari. Only a couple minutes left here. We're on lap 29. It looks like we're going to get 31 in before they throw the checkers. You see Salazar. And Mello took 5.58 seconds of fuel. So the question is, does he have enough? That is an awful short stop. It's about 2 seconds less than anybody else. I'm going to make the call. If there's one guy that's going to run out of fuel tonight, it's Joaquin Mello. We'll see what happens with that third place car. He's having a pretty nifty run right now. Again, sitting third in this stout field. Minute and a half left to go. Leaders on lap 30 of what should be 31. Again, this is the battle for fifth. Salazar chasing Luis Grullon, 0.8 of a second back. Grullon in the 04. He was working when he was out front of Fernando Jaquez and Espinoza. So Grullon sits fifth, best battle on the speedway, and Grullon looking to take his third amateur win of the season. He won the first two at Daytona and Sebring before a DNF last week at Road Atlanta. Sitting fifth right now overall, so a good run for Luis Grullon. We'd want Salazar right now for that fifth spot. Salazar, fifth overall in the Pro Division, so definitely a turnaround for him. He struggled through the first part of the season. GTD champ last time out. Former champ back in the middle of 2021. But came into tonight far down in the point standings. He's trying to make up some right now, but I'm sure he'll be happy with a sixth place finish after all that's gone on. Just waiting to see where our leader's at. Should be close to the end. There's Espinoza chasing Jaquez, and I believe this is the final lap. Also still Looking to see if that Mello car finishes on fuel. That is one short pit stop. He's backed it on down. His last lap was 131. But it's Jaquez looking to become the first driver to go to victory lane for the second time here in season 1 2021. Winner at Sebring 2 weeks ago. Espinosa runs second. He was the winner last time out. And Fernando Jaquez will pick up the checkered flag here in Detroit. And it looks like Mello and his sub 6-second pit stop will make it on fuel. He will come home third. Looks like Steve Libretto, a solid run for Steve, a LATM GP veteran, up into fourth. Luis Grillon, now you see him coming across the line in fifth. Number one overall in amateur. Salazar comes home sixth. Ross Cohen seventh. Looking at Dale Peterson right now. Looks like Torres should come home eighth. Yes, he will. Peterson just finishing up his final corners. And then you're going to have Vargas and Gonther. After that, Vargas will be 10th overall. And how about that run for Vargas from 29th up into 10th? And he ends up finishing second overall in amateur. Oh, check that. There's Vargas. He's going to keep going. To be honest with you, I was looking at the scoring monitor and didn't really see what happened. We'll see if we got a replay of that one. No, no replay. Yeah, it looks like Vargas just dumped his guy. But anyways, that's the way this one's gonna end. In a heap of virtual sheet metal at the start finish line. So Gonther comes home 11th, third in class. Malagon 12th. And again, taking the tires was the big one for him. That 41-second pit stop dropped him 9 spots in the final running order. Oliver Rodriguez, 13th. 14th is Brian Hoskins. And Hoskins finishes third in amateur. David Sharp, good run for David. And you know what? Let's welcome in one of the guys that's hanging around in the Discord, David Sharp. Hey, my friend, that was a pretty good run for you. We had you on camera there for a bit through the middle of the race, and it looked like you were pedaling it tonight. You had some good racing going on around you.
Certainly. This was a track I had to really maintain my focus on. If I lost concentration for any second, I would have whammed myself into the wall. That was something I just could not do. So
I said earlier tonight the best way I can describe it, it's like a flat Bathurst with just the mountain section, but it's flat. Like there's just no room for error.
absolutely, yeah, no room for error at all. And the best thing you can do is just keep it as state of a race as you can. Told with Don that this was going to be a race of attrition, and it really was.
Well, David Sharp, congratulations, my friend. You picked up 7 spots here tonight in the running order. Solid 15th place finish. And I got one other driver hanging around, so we'll talk to him. Juan Salazar, the Florida Flash. Hey, man, that thing looks as pretty as it was before you started tonight.
Well, I'm just glad I'm alive. To be honest with you, this track is gnarly.
It's pretty
Um,
crazy out there. Did you have a couple close calls?
well, the first lap, I think Oliver um, just dive bombed me and pushed me right into the wall. I don't think you could see it in the car, but I had about 40 seconds of optional repairs because of that. I didn't do them. I think I lost maybe a half a second in lap.
Well, a good run for you. You finished tonight. And you and Luis Gurriel on a good battle at the end for a top 5 spot.
Yeah, that was fun, man.
Good stuff. Well, we gave you some plugs. We're trying to find you a rig for Vegas so you can compete in round 5. If not, have a good time, and we'll see you up in New York at the Glen in a couple weeks.
All right, buddy. Thank you, man.
Juan Salazar's 6th place finish here this evening. One of the drivers popping into the Discord for a chat. So a great night of racing. Fernando Jaquez, I believe that should put him back atop the point standings over Andreas Espinoza here tonight. Mello with a solid 3rd place run to keep him in the championship picture. And the point scrambles continue. In amateur, again, 3 out of 4 races so far. Luis Gurriel, your winner. He should be the point leader again as we head back north to the land of milk and cheese. We're going to the Dairy State up to Wisconsin, Elkhart Lake, and Road America. So you have a good week, and until then, LATAM, thanks for joining us on behalf of myself and the entire management crew. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week as we head to Road America, round 5, as we close in on championships.